this is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I'm going to double a pattern. This time it is this one here. This is pattern number 231 on friendshipbracelets.net. And I'm just going to bring it over here, put it off to the side, and put it to a new layer. Alright, so just a 3-color. It's essentially, it's just a really cute little arrowhead. I love it. I'm probably not going to do those same 3 colors though. Just no, I don't want to. I don't know. I'm going to start kind of close to the middle, just so that way it will look kind of cool when we flip it the other direction. So we're going to try to make this as easy as possible, so that way, like, say if you're brand new and you want to double patterns, we're going to make this kind of for you. So you see here, it just makes like this little notch on the side of the bracelet, but when you double it, you get an extra row. And so it's going to make the center a little bit unusual. So that's our red. The next color, let's go with an orange. Right, so the orange would be out here like this. This is replacing our white one. Right, like that. And it's going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Like this. And then this orange will be the color that comes down. So essentially how that works is it's going to bounce off of that corner over here. To be in the center like that. So we can copy and paste to put all the detail stuff in and save ourselves a bunch of time. But for now, let's just kind of add in the bits and kind of talk about it and just whatever. So the third color, instead of black, we're going to go with yellow, right? So we just have the hot colors here, which is sort of fun. Okay, so the yellow will then, like the black came down to here, the yellow would do the same thing. So let's kind of zoom in on it a little bit so we can get in here, put these in their respective places. And then that goes up. So again, this line down the center is going to allow us to be able to copy one whole side of this and transfer everything over to the other side as well. So we're making this as just basically as simple as possible. So this red here, all right, it's going to come up and be in this spot there. And then that's going to come through this way and be the center of that diamond. Which also means that once this yellow goes out this way, it is the red that's in here. All right, it's just 3 colors. It's doing an arrowhead, but we're doubling it. It started out with 6 strings. We're going to 12, which is not a huge bracelet by any stretch of the imagination. It's just going to look a little bit more intense. Normally, with this size bracelet, I like doing all 6 colors, make it a whole rainbow going through it. But this isn't going to make this any, like, it doesn't make it wrong, it just makes it different. And I like the fact that it will be different. Okay, let's do this yellow real quick. So the yellow bounces off the red, comes into the center. Same thing over there. That's how we get yellow right here. And how we get yellow into the center box, this side, as well as over here. These reds come up and around. So we could copy this from the original pattern. They actually, on the website, will show you how the strings go. I do like kind of working just from the image and then like trying to sort out how it works. Just because it makes it a little bit more of a challenge for me, and it shows you guys how you could work from, say, if that was just a bracelet that you saw and you were wondering how that went, this would be some of those kind of skills that you would want to know how to do that. There we go. So the orange then goes through and becomes the center inside of the red right there. Right. The yellow here, it comes together, the red redirects it, it becomes into the center of this and back out, and the same thing on the other side, because we want the orange to be right here, making up the diamond above the red. So it's red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. Again, we're taking a relatively easy pattern, and we're not trying to make it much harder. We're not, some of the last videos where I was doing the doubling, I was looking to see like what's the most intense thing that we could do to it. What could we do that would make it so interesting, so different, as that, you know, people would be amazed to see what we came up with. This time I want to take it a little bit slower, and I think we're going to do this for the whole month. We're just going to try doubling it without making it as complicated as possible. This is the opposite. This is to make it as simple as possible, because the same kind of ideas that go into doubling this pattern would also apply to a lot of other patterns. Not necessarily every single time, but for the most part, yeah. Most part, it would be the same thing each time. It's okay. It's the red on the outside here. Well, comes into the center. Bouncing off, this is going to be orange in those dots. And then the red is going to make partially its little diamond thing here. All right. The orange is going to do this up into there. One comes out. We can assume that the red was here. That was a red. And then the yellow came back out this way and there, and the other orange will be right there. So there is having all of the first quarter. Let's go back to our layers here and just get rid of our example. And we're going to copy this whole top section right there. So that's like basically 1/4 of the whole thing. I'm using the guidelines. Let me just double check. Yep, nice in the middle. Oh, wait. We didn't. Hang on. I need the bucket tool again. We didn't quite get all the way down. Those should have been like that. Okay. Now we can copy this thing. Get this back in the middle. All right. And using the guidelines will make it so that way when we copy and paste that, we can flip based on the guideline and it'll line up perfectly. Okay, we can anchor that down. Now we're going to copy the whole top half, Control C, Control V. Now this makes it a little bit more than just a doubling pattern, because now we've essentially given it a unique center and then have it going the other direction. It doesn't have to go that way. You could just continue this pattern endlessly and make it fun. I'm just going to make it like this because it's a little bit more of a challenge for me to make the bracelet, and I'll have a little bit more fun doing it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I will be back tomorrow, and I will tell you any insights I gained from trying to do it this version. And like I said, the rest of the month we're going to try doubling patterns, but doing it where it's as easy as possible. So thanks for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, as well as my YouTube members who make this stuff possible. Without their help, I wouldn't have all the string needed to be able to pull these things off. So I definitely owe them a lot of gratitude. And yeah, thanks to those guys. I think that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.